You're received. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Raymond Zervini. I'm a taxpayer in the District of Hope, British Columbia, and I've initiated a petition in our district here, and it has to do with we're asking for a 3-year tax freeze on residential and commercial property taxes. This petition was initiated when we received our last tax statements from the District of Hope and noticed the increases that were being given. And I felt that the taxes have been going up steadily year after year. In the last 9 years, we've had over a 32% tax increase. And I believe that we have to start finding better solutions than taxing the people of Hope. And so we initiated a petition, and we had people from the Hope that are taxpayers that have a residential or a business address, one person per home. And we've been scouring the town basically, and we've had over 1,300 people sign our petition.
1,300 people, how many people live in Hope?
6,500 live in Hope. 2,400 of them are actual land or homeowners.
So 1,600 is a fairly high number.
Yes, 50%.
Wow.
We believe that's a pretty good average. It's better than what turned out for our last municipal election.
What's happening in Hope that has caused taxes to go up? And who's in control of these hikes?
Well, the town council looks after the tax increases. They have budget meetings every year, and basically based on what they want to spend their money on, then they do tax levies and so forth. I mean, I guess some of the things that should be done is just looking at cost cuts and stuff like that, or running a better fiscal ship. But you know, tax increases seem to be an easy way of generating revenue for your municipality. Provincial government has also reduced municipal tax transfers. So this has been some of the things that have, you know, caused the taxes to go up. But on the other hand, the government's also given us fuel tax levies, which sort of offset those reductions. So, you know, we're not always hearing the real story. And you know, basically, you know, annually they do their budgets and stuff like that, and from there the tax levies get done. And we've been seeing a steady increase of taxes. And you know, the people of Hope and in the province of BC even are tired of more taxes all the time and not seeing cutbacks or fiscal responsibilities. You know, we can't keep taxing the people to death. You know, they need to have money to spend. And I firmly believe that if the people have money in their pocket, they'll spend it, and that'll drive the economy. If you leave the money to the politicians and stuff like that, they seem to spend the money on all kinds of things and what's really necessary.
How administratively top-heavy is Hope, and what kind of responsibilities is the province in trying to push onto the smaller townships? Well,
you know, when we've been studying basically what was going on, one of the number one issues in the District of Hope was the amount of people that we employed. When we did our studies, you know, everybody thought that the town hall had, you know, 50 people working in it, but we've actually found that there's only 16 working there. So, you know, you do find things as you go along, and I mean, the concern is are we too top heavy there or not? We don't know that exactly. That's something that we have to yet investigate. I mean, our CEOs and stuff, that's their position, is to make sure that the ships run, you know, properly. But, you know, I mean, the big concern has always been, you know, too many people working for the government, and are they productive and so forth. So that was always the number one contentious issue is, you know, do we have too many people or not? So, you know, that's something that we've asked the town to look at. We've also, policing costs have been a very big issue. The RCMP have been downloading quite a bit to the municipality. They've raised the lease on our RCMP building and stuff like that. So are we in fact, you know, negotiating proper agreements with the different divisions? I mean, the province keeps downloading the way of highways and infrastructure. And like I said before, our municipal transfer payments have been reduced.
And by downloading, you mean?
Basically, dollars that the provincial government spends doesn't get sent back to the municipalities as such. Not like they used to be. And I mean, that's a big issue throughout the province. So, you know, the municipalities have to look at other ways of generating revenue, right? And it makes it tough for them too. But I mean, our basic movement right here in Hope is that we feel that there's been enough tax increases, and now's the time to tighten up the ship. Well, further to our tax petition, we did hold a rally downtown, and we had probably 300 people from Hope come out to the rally, just to show the town council that, you know, the people of Hope are serious about this petition and the tax freezes. Further to that, we then also met with the district council and presented the petition, and at that time we had a very good turnout as well, which also showed our mayor and council that there is definitely an interest from the community. And we've been advocating that the people get involved in the town council's decision making and doing and what I mean by that is they have to show up at council meetings. They have to show up, most importantly, at the budget meetings, and give them importance. Say when the councillors are deciding, well, should we repair this or should we build that, and saying, look, we can't afford those kind of things, and giving them a clear message. That's not what we want as taxpayers. We want to basically cut the taxes down, and whatever feels, you can see at the time. The tax meetings are coming up right now, and we've been asking people to show up at the meetings at the town hall. We're starting to get more and more people interested, and that's the key thing is we have to be in our town council's face and saying, look, we don't want any more taxes, and this is how we're going to do it. So if they decide they want to expand the sports bowl and they've got grant money for it, which is going to cost us 50 cent dollars, we're not interested in doing that this time, because that means we have to put out more tax money to do that project. Let's concentrate on our core. Let's concentrate on our town and keeping it running well, and just hold the freezes for these 3 years and see how that works. Other municipalities, Penticton and quite a few others, are starting to initiate the same, and it's working out. Infrastructure is still getting done, and but the key is for the people of Hope to get out to these meetings and to talk to the politicians and tell them, look, this is not acceptable to raise taxes, and what are you going to do about it?
So for municipalities that are going through the same thing right now, like Penticton and like smaller municipalities, what are the main things that you would tell them to do to be able to create a template that would have the council to listen to what needs to be done? What would your...
I think the first off is the people have to get together. The petition always works really well because it gets people in the community interested. It makes them aware of what's going on. Quite a few people, when we talked to them when they got their tax bills, were really upset about them, and that sparked a lot of enthusiasm in the petition, and it got them talking amongst themselves. So that I think that first step really is a good send-off. And then after that, you sort of get your ratepayer groups involved, get your Chamber of Commerce groups involved, and start getting people more and more vocal about the taxes and how ways of reducing them. And then the next movement is basically talking to your representatives, your town council and mayors, and telling them they need the input. They need the input that basically fuels the decisions. So at the end of the year, when they say, well, we're not going to plant flowers this year, it costs us $10,000 to do that. So do you want to raise in taxes, or do you want to plant the flowers? I mean, that's a sort of a scenario, I suppose. But I think that's the most important thing. That template is moving around the province. So many councils are making decisions on infrastructure that are putting the towns in so much debt. And I think people, once they realize the debt that they're going to get into, they say, well, geez, maybe we can hold off a little bit and do without. And the other thing that's really important is that small communities like Hope, the people volunteer and do so much. And if things need to be done, the people will get out and they will do them for the community. And that's better than having to, make a big project out of something and, costing a lot of money for our engineers and architects and all this other kind of stuff. I think that we forget that a small community pulls together and does things together. And I think that grassroots has really got to be looked at.